It was just over 16 years ago that I was on an airplane to a country I'd probably not even heard of 2 weeks prior, which is Sri Lanka, where I was headed to do tsunami relief work. And little did I comprehend or know that it was a trip and experience that would alter the course of my life forever in ways that many ways that I thought were necessary, but far more than I had no idea I needed to change. And I think really found more of my life and myself through that experience than I could have ever found walking down the path that my life was taking. And so I thought it'd be cool to just do a little chit chat about fatherhood. Now that we've just wandered through Father's Day and the joy of fatherhood, I, through Hope for the Silent Voices, get to be a voice for the vulnerable. And what does that mean? That means we get to combat the exploitation and vulnerability of children. Gosh, man, there's no more noble or higher calling in my mind, in my estimation, than protecting the sanctity of little children. And gosh, having gone through my experiences being sexually abused as a child outside of the home, loud and clear I know the outcomes were people not to invest time and energy and effort into my lives, even though they didn't really know what had happened yet. So last Sunday was Father's Day, and I'm here in Cambodia, and I get to look around at all these little girls who are now part of Hope House, and they live safely. They get the opportunity to spend time every day thinking of dreams and goal setting, and probably really having little idea yet that they are altering the trajectory of their lives by having the safe venue and ability and environment to dream dreams that maybe were squashed as a little girl, or whatever age they were, having gone through some really difficult life experiences that they didn't deserve. So much like my experience going through abuse, I no longer, and it's been years, I wouldn't allow someone to wrestle that kind of life experience from me because of the joy and privilege and benefit of doing the work that I do. I call it, it's the burden of the privilege, the great almighty privilege to try to safeguard these young girls' lives. And once we get them into Hope House, really alter their course of life and help redeem and invigorate these sweet young lives that are just really diamonds inside a box. They're just muddy diamonds that need to be shined. And so this past Sunday I looked around and I get to hold on to these little hands and hear the words daddy, and it just melts me. In 2007, starting Hope for the Silent Voices, I didn't embark on a journey to heal me because I didn't know how damaged I was and how long of an arduous, painful journey was ahead of me. It's really only recently, maybe the last 6 years, since we've had our own Hope House under Hope for the Silent Voices, that we're truly being a voice for the vulnerable and taking on that responsibility. It's a serious undertaking. As I explained to our staff and our girls and boys prior to them aging out, you know, hey, we're not an ATM, we're not a hotel, we're not a restaurant. If if those are the only things that we're doing for them, we are missing the utter responsibility of helping put the puzzle pieces back to life for them, or with them rather, as partners. And now that we spend so much time talking about goal setting, becoming that desired future self, identifying who do you want to be in this life, because that's possible. And watching these eyes start to sparkle with some dreams and some vision for something bigger and brighter than they ever could have contemplated, especially had life gone the direction it was going prior to them arriving to Hope House. And being now a partner in this vision casting, this dream achievement, it's something that's just beyond words special to me. To be called Daddy, and you couldn't convince me that I am not Daddy to not only the 11 sweet special girls we have at our facility, but the other girls who have graduated and gone on to wonderful things. But to arrive to Hope House every day and hear, "Hello, Daddy," and "I love you, Daddy," that has replenished, redeemed, restored me as much as anything has in my life, in addition or in comparison to going through all the trauma relief, grief recovery, counseling. But to hear another sweet, young, precious human being look up with expectant eyes, feeling safe, that you have her heart and her best interests in mind, and to hear the words Daddy, man, I shed a lot of tears last Sunday, and it's a tremendous responsibility. A father must be present in their child's lives, and to do so is incomprehensible. That's why we do what we do as Hope for the Silent Voices. We want to be that parental figure and help bring them to a place that they would only aspire to. So it's just such a monumental blessing and gift and treat to be a father. So to all of you fathers around the world, I implore you, be active, present, encouraging, and give that gift of unconditional love, which is smacking me in the face, learning what that means and looks like. And when one morning I may hear, "I love you, Daddy, thank you," an hour later I may get the stink eye from one of them because maybe estrogen changed, or I don't know what it is, but it's teaching me the gift of unconditional love. And I am grateful to so many in my life for modeling that, especially my own father, who he lives life in such an honorable way. And the biggest maybe compliment you can give someone is to have modeled a life that didn't cause any baggage. And so that's our task. So every day should be Father's Day around the world. It's our responsibility to be that father, and I hope and wish all of you a happy Father's Day daily. God bless you all. Thank you for listening.